It's not about you. It's about the shoes.
What up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka ShortyC94, back at you again with another sneaker rotation. Sunday, we broke out these. One of my favorite shoes that I own. These are the Nike Sacai LDV Waffle. Some people call them the LD Waffle. But it's the Waffle Racer and the LDV mashed together. So it's two shoes in one. These are from 2019. It's got two tongues, two swooshes, two midsoles, you know, because it's supposed to be two shoes in one. No branding on the bottom. It just has a US patent right here. And then you've got Nike sportswear branding, Nike and Sacai branding here, Nike and Sacai branding there. So for Monday, we broke out an all-time classic. We broke out the Converse Aero Jam Mid. This pair is from 2014, and I've had them since 2014. This pair actually came from Sneaker Villa, which is no longer in business. They've been bought out by DTLR. A former coworker actually, you know, gave me the love on these. So I think I only paid maybe $70 for these. They were supposed to be $110, but you know, you've got your Converse branding here. You've got Aero Jam branding here. This is where the React Juice was. You've got Cons branding on the straps. You've got Cons branding right here and right here on the tongue. And you've got Cons Aero Jam on the insole. I absolutely love these shoes. I have 4 pairs of these, but this is by far my favorite. I like these. Most people like the black ones more, but I love these. These are the pairs I remember people having, you know, back in the day. And these have retroed, I want to say 05, and they also retroed in 2019, but it was Converse Japan. So they look a little different than this. This is the best rendition of the shoe, how I remember it being in 1993. Now, I will say the pair from 05, I feel like it had a 2 right here. And I know in 2013, 14, during this retro cycle, there were limited pairs of the black one with the 2. My black pair doesn't have the 2 on it, and obviously this one doesn't either, but I don't even care. It's still the shoe. People know these are still the grandmamas. I absolutely love these. So this was Monday. So for Tuesday, we broke out these. These are the Converse Pro Leather High 76. This is the Black History Month colorway. So you got Converse branding here in silver, Black History Month branding there. I actually got these at Ross in 2020. So you can even see it still has the Ross size 12 sticker on them. You've got a chevron with some textile right here. Of course, you got a chevron here. And you've got Converse All-Star on the bottom. Love these as well. I want to say I got these from the Ross in Durham on Durham Chapel Hill Road not too long after I moved to North Carolina. This was definitely one of my first pickups. I actually owned these before I started working at Converse. So, and you see I got both sets of laces in there, double laced. So, absolutely love these. And it is Black History Month. So, Wednesday, we broke out these. These are the Converse EB2. EB stands for Elton Brand. Elton Brand was an all-star NBA center. He was with the Clippers for the majority of his career, but he was drafted by the Bulls, and he also played for the 76ers after. That's when these came out, even though these are Clipper colors. It's got his number 42 right here. You've got Converse branding here. You've got Elton Brand branding on the insole, Converse branding on the tongue, Elton Brand branding right here. And then you've got, you know, Converse branding on the bottom here. This bottom actually looks pretty cool. These are from 2009. What's interesting about these is these only were sold at JCPenney's. They were trying to offer a signature shoe for a cheap price, but still with quality. So what sucks about some of these older shoes is when I wore these, some of the plastic broke off and the chevron right here. You can see it's kind of rubbed off on the sole, but these are from 2009, so I mean they're what, 17 years old. So, but yeah, I love these. I have these in black and red, but I actually like this pair a little bit better. So yeah, I absolutely love these. So on Thursday was an off day. We broke out these, the Air Jordan 1 Shadow. This pair is from 2018. I actually have a pair of these in storage. I found these, I want to say September, October at Plato's Closet. I've already worn them one other time, but I definitely am glad to have a pair of these for the apartment since I cannot get to my other pair because they're in storage. But, you know, classic original color from 1985, 86. You got your Nike Air branding here. There is no branding on the insole anymore. These were well loved when I purchased them, but you know, they've got their wear on them. But I actually kind of like when ones are a little beat up, a little scuffed, you know, but they're still in good shape to be, what, almost 8 years old, and for me to be the second owner. So, you know. So on Friday, we broke out these. These are the Converse Weapon High Luxe. This is the Days Ahead colorway. Days Ahead is the shade of red that Converse has. I love weapons, especially high top weapons, but these are most definitely my least favorite high top weapon that I've purchased in this current retro cycle. Only because, for whatever reason, this pair, the tongue doesn't cooperate. It kind of goes in like this, like how it does on the Chuck Taylors. So that's my main gripe with it. But these are still very nice. They're made well. It's just the tongue annoys me. But see, they're made out of suede. You know, Converse branding on the bottom, standard weapon outsole, Converse branding on the inside. And again, the tongue is staying correct right now, but usually it wouldn't. So, you know, you got Converse branding here. So for Saturday, I broke out an employee type custom. So this is the Converse Chuck 70 High Love Fearlessly pack, but I dubbed these the Ghost to Say Valentine's Day Past because it has elements from other Valentine's Chucks on it. And you got this, you've got these laces, you know, but these are just really nice. There's not a lot of dudes that will wear a pink Chuck with hearts all over it. You know, you got a heart on the tongue, but I do. I'll do it. So, you know, you got To and From, Love Me Not. You know, you got this little lace duvet here, which is from another Valentine's collection from the past. You know, you got your license plate here. You've got your Converse Chuck Taylor branding in here because it's a Chuck 70. You've got the player name and all of that. These are from 2000 and these are from 2019, but they were made in November of 2019, so I guess they came out in 2020. But absolutely love these two. I mean, I love all my sneakers, so I'm like, dang, he says that for everyone. But yeah, I mean, I got a lot of attention and a lot of people were asking me about these because I wore these on Valentine's Day. So, you know, it was a lot of fun, you know, kind of piecing these together, sourcing pieces from other Valentine's Chucks, and very, very nice. So that'll do it. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure and like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you already aren't at ShortyC94. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.